Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a live edition of Southern Santa Piper, and we are here with my son-in-law, Jamie. So he's joining us live tonight from from the Chicago suburbs, just in to do some Disney events with his family, who is flying in tomorrow, and he gave us a surprise
Visit.
visit tonight.
Hi, YouTube.
So I'm going to be smoking one of the pipes I'm going to be smoking tonight is going to be this Dunhill ODA. Now, for you who don't know about the size of Dunhills, Dunhills traditionally come in six sizes, groups 1 through group 6. Group 4 is a very common size, like the one Canadian I showed you inside. That would be like a group 4 size pipe. A group 5 would be bigger than that. Then there's a 6. Now, Dunhill also made these Magnum pipes, which are huge. But ODA is their largest size standard pipe before you get into the Magnums. And what I like about the ODAs is they're a nice hefty pipe. As I like to tease my wife and say, I like big pipes. I cannot lie. So, actually, I know, corny dad joke, but hey, that's what you're gonna get around Southern Santa Piper. So I'm gonna teach my son-in-law here how to smoke a pipe because he's never smoked a pipe. So one of the first things I do is after I've packed a bowl, I check draw. And if it's too tight, I dump the tobacco out and I repack it. So put your mouth in there and check draw. Does that feel easy enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a pipe lighter to use. And I have a pipe lighter to use. And you're going to give what's known as a char light. Now, a char light, you're going to give it some puffs, and you're going to lightly go over the top. So, okay, that's known as a char light. You see how the tobacco starts to rise up?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're looking for. I don't know how these. I think my glasses are going to be reflecting these. I'm going to be looking like an alien all night. Okay, you're doing good on that char light. You're good. You're good. Okay, you can let that kind of die out. Once it dies out, then you're going to tamp it very lightly. And once you've done that, we're going to do the true light. Now, I use what's known as softies on the end of the pipes that I want to hang. The reason, I'm a denture wearer. You probably will have no problem clenching onto that. It's a vulcanized staff or stem. Let's give this a shot. Okay. So just remember with the pipe now, go ahead and tamp that down some. The thing with the pipe is take it slow. The easiest way I can tell you to smoke a pipe is do what's known as the breath method. Breathe in. So lightly inhale, but don't inhale into your lungs, just into your mouth. Inhale through your nose and then slightly pull through the bowl. You need to tamp it a little bit more. Give it some puffs. Give it another light. There you go. Tonight I am having a Duncan Taylor. And I think I've got the neighbor dogs barking pretty good tonight. So we'll see if we can maybe go with the microphone and we will see if that works while I am live. And let's hope this does not mess up the sound of the video. That a shot. See if that helps. The problem with living out of the country, you've got some people keep their dogs out all the time, and well, it is what it is. So I don't know if I can see anyone or anyone's comments. I've never done this chat. Let's see. Okay. How do you cheers? Okay. Let's see if this works. Did you bring the scotch with you?
I did.
So tell me what you think.
Pretty good.
Cheers. This is a Duncan Taylor. This is a blended scotch available from Total Wines and More. And this is a blended 12-year-old. Hello. Smarty Bob. Greetings. How are you, brother? This is my son-in-law, Jamie, visiting from Chicago right now.
Oh, Smarty Bob.
I'm smoking the Dunhill ODA tonight with some Peretti's Blend 432. Jamie has never really smoked a pipe before. He has smoked some cigars. I'm correct on that assumption, right?
Correct.
And what do you think so far? Is it what you thought it might be? Is it different than what you thought it was going to be?
Definitely adds a little challenge to it, Ken.
There is some challenge to it. It is definitely not something easy for the neophyte.
Definitely be hard to do in the golf course.
It could be. It is very nice to have a relative to share a pipe with, especially someone who's never smoked a pipe before. It's always nice to try to turn someone into that experience, especially because your wife's great-grandfather was a pipe smoker, and that influenced, April, and I'm going to take this off, actually, because it's easier for me to draw. April, my wife, loves the smell of a pipe, so she actually encourages me being a pipe smoker, and my collecting, she does not complain at all, which is nice. I know some of you guys have wives that probably don't appreciate 4 or 5 pipes coming in a week the way that mine do. I get a lot of pipes.
A week, Ken.
I know, a week. It's a problem. It's a problem. The truth of the matter is that there are some pipes I am obsessed with collecting. So if I can find good deals or find those, one of those is merchant service pipes, which I showed you a few examples in. Hey, Porter, welcome if you are still here as well. I didn't see his comment pop up. I'm doing this for the first time live on my cell phone out on my side porch, so I've never done this before, so this is a new experience, and I don't even know if this microphone is working properly or if you guys are hearing nothing but the barking dogs from the neighbors. The joys of living out in the country. That is a fine scotch indeed. I'm normally not a blended scotch drinker. I'm normally a single malt. Belvini and Macallan are my go-tos. I had seen some reviews for this at Total Wines. Did I bring you to Total Wines when you guys were here last time?
No.
Total Wines is like a mecca of alcohol for those who enjoy the consumption of adult beverages. You name it, they've got it. Their selection is out of this world. It's about the size of a large supermarket.
It's very smooth, especially.
Yeah, real smooth. And
Nice.
considering that, now that's a really nice glass. That glass actually came from my son. Came from Brenton. Is I think a Father's Day gift. You haven't tried live yet. This is only my second YouTube live. I've done a Facebook live once as well. For my living room. I did a live for my living room on YouTube. I don't think I've done one live from my porch yet. Maybe. Right now the mosquitoes are getting us pretty good. I've got this screened-in porch that's got lots of holes that needs fixed, and then when I had them redo my deck out here, well, instead of having them button up like a porch, I had them do it like a deck to try to save some lumber costs, because this is all that synthetic lumber. And I got this as a closeout, and I didn't want to have to buy any more, so I was being a little cheap, but I wish I would have butted it up now.
Just another reason to blow smoke through the pipe.
There you go. Yeah, that definitely helps. So what's everybody smoking tonight? What are you smoking, Smarty Bob? And Porter, if you're still here, what are you smoking?
Got a little whistle to it.
That could, and a lot could be because it's packed a little tight. We could also be pulling a little too tightly through the pipe. Think not as much as like pulling a milkshake, more like sipping water through a straw. Slow and easy.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you can hear here, but you don't hear. No, that being said, this is so much more expensive pipe than this is. This is a Dunhill. This is a K Woody. So, but I gotta say, K Woody's smoke phenomenal. Every K Woody I have smokes really good. I wouldn't let you smoke that pipe if I didn't think it was going to be a good smoker. I also brought a spare, so in case you had problems with that, or if I wanted a bowl of something else, I've got a spare Stanwell. Having snow there right now. Oh, Lord. I don't miss snow. We are sitting outside right now here in Florida. I don't know what the exact temperature is. I don't know if you can pull it up on if you got your smartwatch on you, if it can tell you what the temperature is outside.
65, I believe.
65 degrees, but it doesn't feel it. It feels actually warmer. Feels probably like 70, 71. It's really, really pleasant. It's not cool by any standard.
I know when I left Chicago yesterday, it was pretty much snowing and sleeting too, so I know how
Really?
it feels too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I was up in Boston for 5, almost 6 days. And the first day I was there was absolutely gorgeous. It's like 76, 77 degrees. We were barbecuing outside. We had a massive bonfire, which wasn't good because I cinched the bottom of my beard. I was sitting too close to the fire, and little tan curly things at the bottom of my beard. But was out there with friends, and weather was gorgeous, and then it turned to crap. And my buddy, Jim LeClaire, he is a master brewer. I mean, phenomenal brewer. I don't know if you've ever brewed beer before.
Drink it.
Yeah, well, I like to drink it as well. But everything we drank at his house was something that he brewed. Either wine or beer. And oh my God, I mean, I'm a microbrew fan, and his beer was the best beer I've ever had in my life. And we spent, what are my days there? Monday,
Nope, it was Tuesday. Tuesday. We spent all of Tuesday brewing beer.
Sounds like fun. I just listened to a whole XM radio, Ken, about toilet gen. I think that's a prison term. I'm not quite sure, but
Yeah, I think so. That and like hoochie. Yeah, probably taking like a fruit cocktail or whatever they could find at leftovers, you know.
whatever will ferment.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. I guess whatever it takes. But I had no idea how much of a process was involved. A lot of it is sterilization, getting everything sterilized proper, and then mixing the wort, getting that to proper boiling temperature, bringing it to boil for an hour, but then cooling down that wort pretty quickly. So you've got to use a cooler, and it's basically just a bunch of copper coils that you dip inside that you run through cold water, and then that's once you get it down to proper temperature, around 75-ish is when then you add your yeast, and it's a pretty simple process. And then it's then nature kind of
How
takes
does it
over.
smell?
The wort before you add the yeast smells a lot like malted milk because of all the malt that's added.
Sure.
The beer that we were brewing that day was a wheat beer. So it had water, malt, barley, 50-50 mix of it. I think there was a total of 6.5 pounds. So like 3.5 pounds of each or so. And then we had one particular type of hops that the majority of it was added. 21 ounces of hops was added during the wort stage, is when we're boiling it. And then, can you hear the owl?
Yeah, you can.
Those are owls talking back and forth.
Mm,
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear this through the microphone, but we got 3 owls going on in my yard right now, which is always really cool. But after you add that hops, at the end, then you add what's known as finish hops, which was, we needed 1 ounce. So 21 ounces was added at the beginning, and then 7 ounces was added into the finishing hops. They're pretty talkative tonight.
Sounds like monkeys.
Don't they? Yeah. That's what I first thought, because, you know, we've got wild monkeys out here. I used to brew my own back in the day, but gave up about 20 years ago. Old man here. Well, I've got friends, a variety of ages, who are still brewing. My buddy Jim, and I'm probably older than you think I am. I'm 58 years old. My buddy Jim, he's 60, and he still brews everything he drinks, which I just find amazing that his wine, his beer, all of it, he does himself. Wow. And he's got me convinced to do the hobby. I've already shown the wife starter kits. Look, honey, this is on sale for $119. You know. Hey, what's up, concerning pipers? Hey, and I didn't see who else was there, so greetings to you all. It's one thing I don't like about this over doing it on the Mac, is that on the Mac all my messages stay there. Here they kind of disappear. So if somebody says something and I'm not, hey, how is Smarty? Hey, Smarty, how are you? Still there? Yep, there you are, Smarty Bob.
So, walk me through, like you said, like the we did.
Okay,
a
so
natural live video and.
Sure. So basically, to walk you through the step on how I pack a pipe, is that I pack a few different methods. I did what's known as the 3-pinch method in that pipe. So I basically give it a pinch, I pack it down lightly with my finger, I give it another pinch, pack it lightly, and then one more. Each time I'm putting a little bit more. I check draw. If draw's not too tight, I go ahead and then I give it the false light.
Okay.
So with a false light is when I take the lighter and I'm charring that top.
Is that all you're doing? Is charring the
I'm
top?
charring the top, and I'm letting that tobacco rise, and you're going to see it rise like it did. So it's rise up, and then you let it kind of die down for a second, and then you give it a little tap, very lightly, just lightly. You're not pushing hard, because if you start pushing too hard, what's going to happen? It's going to be too hard of a draw, and then it's like sucking through a straw, and then you're never going to keep the damn thing lit.
Okay.
Okay? So then what's going to happen is then you're going to give it your true light. And with your true light, and you don't want to be sucking that flame deep into the bowl, kissing the top. You see how smoky I'm getting it?
Mm-hmm. So the false light was just basically to char the top
Yep.
and then repack it.
What are we smoking? Well, that's a great question. If you just joined us, I picked up a pound of this when I was in Boston of the Peretti's Blend 432. And this is simply a gorgeous and stunning tobacco that is a mixture of Virginias, Cavendishes, some Burleys. And it is just stunning. Stunning. I'll let you get a sniff of this because there's three things that I think are important to a pipe smoker when it comes to tobacco, and at least for me. And that is, one, how does that tobacco smell? What is the tin note? And to me, the tin note on this, I smell vanilla, I smell hints of caramel, I smell a little bit of coconut there. I'm smelling the sweetness from the Virginias. I'm getting that sweetness from the Cavendish. I smell a little bit of liqueur. I don't know if you smell that.
Yeah, the
Kind of
on the
like
back
a
end,
kind of like underline a liqueur.
definitely on the back end.
Yeah. I don't. What are you smelling out of that? Are you smelling similar to what I'm smelling?
Exactly. Like that vanilla right off the top.
Yeah, vanilla right off the top. You definitely, but it's not overpowering. It's not like
No.
sickening sweet. It's not like you told me like your friend smokes Captain Black,
Yep.
and Captain Black can be a pretty strong, no. Now I don't know with you smoking this if you're smelling a room note, especially outside. If you can smell it. Sometimes if you get up and walk away, you'll notice the smell. When you're outside, I definitely do. I get the smell in my beard. It's one of the reasons I like having a beard. I just heard a guy complain the other day that how can he get the smell of the pipe out of his beard? Well, I mean, I use beard oil. Beard oil, what I use is sandalwood, so that's got a scent to it. But I like the smell of pipe tobacco in my beard. It's not like it's the smell of a cigarette, so which I find really repulsive. I used to be a cigarette smoker, for those who not known. I haven't smoked a cigarette in 10 years. I was over 2 packs a day. This Dunhill just smokes exceptional. Somebody else made a comment, and I didn't see the comment there. I was too busy lighting up this pipe and enjoying my scotch. Let's see if I can pop up a comment. See if that works. Let's see. All chats are visible. Okay. Well, let's see if they pop back up. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm not real crazy about wearing the glasses and doing. It's like I got these little round glasses on.
You got a heart shaped.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe glass is free, but then I won't be able to read anything. I'll be like, what is that? Huh? Yeah, come at different angles. Okay, note to self. Change the angle of the light next time. Maybe go up a little higher and down. I'll keep my head down low.
Lighting it re often common?
Well, it is common, and I normally wouldn't be doing this many relights, but when I'm sitting here with the gift of gab the way that I am tonight, especially because I'm live on the tube of you, is that
Just goes out.
it just goes out. And this particular pipe isn't, even though I love this pipe, it is not one that I smoke frequently. It's not heavy in my rotation. Well, it's hard to have any pipe heavy in your rotation when you have as many pipes as I have. But there's some pipes I smoke more frequently than others.
There's a lot, y'all.
There's a lot. There's I think approaching 100. The wife's not going to watch this video, so yeah, I think we're approaching 100. She watches. I can't say that. She watches a lot of my videos.
She watches the package that arrives to the door.
This is true. Yeah, because she texted me when I was in Boston and says, "Oh, there's 4 pipes here." Well, there were 4 pipes, and I just bought another pipe when I was in Boston as well. I couldn't pass it up. It was a deal I couldn't refuse.
Did you find a smoke shop or something that had pipes where you go and?
Well, L.J. Peretti established 1870. Same age as his house, by the way. His house from 1870. So they've been in Boston for a very long time. But there are a few pipe shops that are well known in Boston. L.J. Peretti is one of them. Watch City Cigars is known for their tobacco, plus a great reseller of tin tobaccos of other manufacturers, as well as they've got online pipes and cigars. And that's actually where I found the pipe I was looking at. I was looking actually for a church warden, and a church warden has a much longer stem, think like a Gandalf type pipe.
Like a Sherlock Holmes deal?
No, this is more like what I would almost think of as Sherlock Holmes, but you're probably thinking of more like my a calabash pipe, the gourd pipe. A lot of people kind of make that association with Holmes. I think more Dunhill LC, which is very similar in shape to this, except it's got more of a swan neck.
So where's that one made?
London.
London?
The majority of the pipes I like are London made. I like English pipe manufacturers. I like American pipe manufacturers. My favorite pipe is from a company in New York, Merchant Service Pipes. And Merchant Service is my favorite pipes because of dollar value. They make a pipe that, in my opinion, is a production pipe. It's not handmade, it's production. So I want to make that perfectly clear. It's a production pipe, but they're using quality briar like this. This is a production pipe. But this is not Merchant Service. That is, this is K. Woody. K. Woody. But the Merchant Service was those like Bing Crosby pipes I showed you on the inside. They're a production pipe, but they use old briar, old dry briar of excellent quality, made to exacting standards, great finishes, and they are consistent smokers for a fraction of the price that I spent for even this. I mean, this cost me more money as a used pipe than I paid for those Merchant Services brand new pipes. So that's why it's hard for me to spend a lot of money on some of the estate pipes. I have a friend, for an example, Cannibal. And Cannibal, if you're listening, hey, what's going on, brother? Cannibal buys a lot of pipes by a company called Ashton. And many of the Ashtons that he buys are from the Bill Taylor era. So you're looking at pipes from the early 2000s, late 1990s, and he's paying $450 for a pipe. You know, my merchant service pipes run between 85 to like 175 bucks, brand new. So my logic is, let's call the average $150 for the cost of one pipe. I can get 3 brand new pipes instead of 1 used pipe, and 3 brand new pipes that smoke well to me. That's my logic, at least. And not everybody may have that logic, but if they're a good looking pipe that smokes well, that uses good quality briar, that's the only thing that matters to me. Name isn't really as important, even though I do tend to like name brand pipes like this Dunhill, like Sheraton, like Ben Wade. I mean, there is a handful of pipes I like. And I also like some of the Danish manufacturers. This pipe right here, for an example, my backup pipe for this evening, is a Stanwell. And this Stanwell, as you guys can see, if we can get this to focus in, is just a beautiful, beautiful blast in this pipe. Whereas compared to this Dunhill ODA, it's an acceptable blast, but there's nothing what I would call extraordinary about this blast. It's not that craggy. Can I see this pipe for a minute? I mean, let's compare that. I mean, all day long, guys, this pipe is $47. Okay, this is $47 brand new. And look at the depth of that blast. This is a K. Woody Saxon full bend. And this has got some beautiful, like, ring grain on this side. And then that is actually kind of a bird's eye burl blasted over there, but a really nice blast. For the dollar value, it's hard for me to put down a pipe like that, because it's literally a tenth of what some guys are spending just on a used pipe. So if it works well, it works. K. Woody's, Dr. Grabos, those were all the pipes that you probably, I don't know if you remember, you're a youngin', but they used to show at the, that you used to be able to get at the stores. You could walk into like any corner Walgreens or drugstore and see them up on the counter by the tobacco. That was one of the brands. What do you think about this tobacco?
I like it. It's I mean, because I'm not a pipe smoker, I'm not an anything smoker, but I find cigars sometimes being overpowering and
Right.
lingering on the tongue and kind of blah, but it's very like mellow, where I don't have any of that.
Like tongue bite or...
Yeah. But yeah, I was wanted to get into that. I mean, I know, like, I know brands and stuff are important and easeability. I mean, I'm the same way with different things as well, but when it does the same purpose as something that of a different, cheaper, I guess, so to say. But it does the same thing. Wouldn't the tobacco be what you're kind of like connoisseuring, what you're going for, and what you're experimenting in?
I think it's a combination of both. To be honest with you, I think it's a combination of most of us have what we call PAD, pipe acquisition syndrome, or I don't know, or drive. I forget what the proper acronym for it is now. But we're all looking for acquiring pipes, pipe acquiring disease.
I could see how it could be collecting, because
very
it's
much
neat.
so.
And I mean, like you were saying, like the the sandblasting and the burling.
And every pipe's going to be different
the
because
different
every
wood.
piece of wood's going to be different.
Yeah, I could definitely see how it could be collecting,
Right.
like an addiction type of a collector's deal, but at the same time, it's like it does the same purpose. So like the taste and everything and the smokability is one thing, but the taste and their aromatics.
Yes.
And
This is an
that'd be
aromatic tobacco.
tobacco would be something that other people would be going for.
As an aromatic, this is a perfect example of a tobacco that is going to have a pleasant room note. It's going to be a tobacco that smells well to others. So generally you're going to be, if you're smoking a tobacco like this, you're going to be puffing away out in public, and someone's going to approach you and be like, that reminds me of the tobacco my grandfather used to smoke. Or, oh my God, my dad used to smoke a tobacco that smelled similar. Maybe not Peretti's, but definitely for sure if you were smoking like one of the Conjure blends, you know, the over-the-counter pouch blends. You know, definitely something like Captain Black, which is probably the most smoked tobacco in the world. Or Lane 1Q or Lane BCA. Those are all common. BCA is a Black Cavendish. Even some of the English blends, when I'm smoking them, I'll be approached by people because it will remind them of their father or grandfather. Oh my God, I love the smell of the pipe. You don't get that if you're smoking a cigarette or a cigar.
Right.
You know, you're smoking a cigar, people are like, oh, 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 oh. Unless they're other cigar smokers. And definitely around other pipe smokers, they're going to approach you. I always approach other pipe smokers, and usually I got a pipe with me, and I'll even join them. But you find a lot of non-pipe smokers equally approach you, just because most people, at least people of my generation, and sometimes a little bit younger, have memories of family member. Now, I think what's going to happen as my generation starts dying off, and then, well, like the grandkids. I mean, do you really think Jack and Luke are going to have memories of a grandparent smoking? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, besides me, who smokes?
Right.
And it's not like they're around me because they're in Illinois. So, you know, if I see them once a year, you know, so in a case like that, you know, like even tomorrow, we're going to go to Disney Springs. We're going to meet up for dinner at Planet Hollywood tomorrow. And, you know, I'm not going to be smoking at Disney. For starters, you can't smoke at Disney. But two, I'm spending time with you know, with the grandkids, and we're going to be eating and talking. And it's not like I'm going to be like, let me pull out a pipe.
Here, smell this.
Yeah. Papu, put that out. You know, it would probably be more of the reaction. Or, oh, didn't you have a heart attack? That's going to kill you. His wife is a nurse. She's probably not real keen on this idea.
You're not inhaling.
Not inhaling. That's what Bill Clinton said. But, you know,
a lot of things too.
you know, there's a lot of things he said that. We learned a lot of things from Bill. Just catching up. One of the things that you don't know, and now the viewers will know, we bought a half of a cow. We bought a half of a steer.
Seems like the right thing to do. I've never done it before, but it just makes sense. The money I spent at the grocery store.
Well, that's what we're looking at, and this is all prime cuts of beef, and we've got an organic beef farm 11 minutes from my front door to their front door. And they get the steers fattened up to about 1,300 pounds, and then they bring them out for slaughter, and then the meat's processed. But I paid $1,400 for a half of a cow, and it's all USDA prime. And I will get, I'm saying cow, I meant steer, but I'll probably get about 350 pounds, 350, maybe 375 pounds of meat once it's all been processed.
Where's your other freezer?
My other freezer, I haven't picked it up yet, but my other freezer's out in the transition between the house and what used to be the garage, and now it's the puppy nurseries. So between the house and there is where the freezer is. But yeah, that's
That's
where.
a lot of meat.
That is a lot of meat. I mean,
So did you have a choice on how you got to cut it? The cuts?
Yep.
Like the
yeah,
you get the prime.
they will
what is that
basically they recommend what cuts, and then they discuss the reason why and how thick. I mean, you can get less steaks, for an example, if let's say you're getting some stuff's cut like 2 inches, but you don't want everything cut 2 inches. You might want some like prime ribs or something, cut that thick, but you don't want everything cut 2 inches. And there's some things that are just going to be stew meat, etc., that you got to go, okay, this is going to cook a long time, and there's lots of parts of meat that you have no idea what am I going to do with this.
Right. Grind
That
it
you
up.
may grind and use for sausage.
Yeah,
Yep.
like it's what we do with deer. Is we never know what to do with the, besides the tenderloins,
Hmm.
then it's just grind it up.
So some of it will become ground beef, some of it will become sausage. I've got a smoker that you can't see right up there, and so I'll probably be smoking quite a bit.
Smoking meat, not
Smoking
pipes.
meat. Yeah, that's correct.
Or smoke meat while smoking pipes.
Yes, and some of my tobaccos taste like smoked meat.
Really?
Well, not
Where's
quite
that
like smoked meat.
tobacco?
That's an English tobacco, the one that I let
The
you,
strong one.
the one that I let you smell, that Star of the East.
Yeah.
When you're smoking the Latakia, you get a smokiness like a smoked meat type of taste.
My
It's
favorite
very
kind of
savory.
taste.
Yeah, well, then you may actually like savory English tobaccos over something more sweeter like an aromatic.
I did want to bring up while we were talking about tobacco and the different stuff. This is when I mentioned that I bought my dad a pipe just to try because he's a cigar smoker, and I was at the tobacco store somewhere up in Chicago area, and I remember I bought him like a bunch of like fruity stuff like
Right.
cherry and because to me that smelled good,
Right.
the cherry, the peaches,
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of different stuff. Was that just like once in different stores have their own, or is that pretty widely found?
You can find, excuse me, you can find like peach tobaccos at lots of different stores. So that seems to be pretty common aromatic. Cherry is what Grandpa used to smoke. He was a cherry blend, cherry and chocolates and cherry vanillas. Cherry vanilla is what they call hobbit weed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm. See how much more I've smoked, but see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, does it go down as it?
Mm-hmm.
Does it need to be like packed again or something?
Let me see your pipe. Could I ask for one of those beers?
Sure thing. Got any Mexican tobacco to go with your Mexican beer?
No, even though it's funny that we think of it as a Mexican beer, but it is definitely more of a German beer style.
That's all that they had at the truck stop over there.
Yeah.
So
That's okay. I like Coronas. Who doesn't like Corona?
So where am I at with the pipe then?
Well,
I just gotta.
Let's see. Let's see where we are at.
Is that a cat?
Yes, there's cats in there. There's 3 cats in
I
there.
thought there was just dogs.
No, we've got cats. We used to have 6 cats, but 3 of them have passed away. That's where they sleep at nighttime.
That's a shaggy cat.
Yeah. That is Mushi. No, that's Yoshi. Let's see if I can get this lit for you properly. We're going to see if we can get this lit properly.
I'm more of a rye guy. I like my rye.
Do you?
Yeah.
Some people really like rice, other people don't. I like rye.
So you're bringing the flame in pretty deep, deeper than I was.
Not that deep. But deep enough into the bowl. It's lit.
So what do you have over there? Is that like the other secret stash that
This is a variety of...
Northwood seems like it would smell good.
Okay, this is an English tobacco. This has got some of that leathery, meaty, smoky goodness.
Yeah, that smells good.
Oh,
Smells
it
like
is.
Red Man.
It is so good. This here is Old Toby. This is an aromatic.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it smells like hand lotion.
I don't know if it smells like hand
Oh,
lotion.
like potpourri, like the good
Yeah,
smelly.
but I mean, there's a vanilla, there's a caramel, there's a little bit of a floral note.
Floral, yeah. Oh yeah, I could tell now. I got a little warmth from the. I could feel a little
Yeah.
warmth. in
Now give it a shot. And you can regulate it like a carburetor by putting your over the top while you're puffing. So what do you think? A little bit different taste now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's still not strong like a cigar, but it's definitely, like for me, tolerable.
I'm just puffing away. I generally try to slow my roll.
Like long, deep drags just to burn a little further, or
Slow. Kind of slow, consistent. I can let you try some of this Northwoods if you want to try some of that. Don't worry about that pipe. If you don't want to smoke it, I'll be smoking that one later. I'm not afraid of your germs. You know, we're not in fourth grade. I'll pack up half of a bowl of some Northwoods.
So what do you do with this?
I'll just let it die out, and I'll smoke that later. That will probably be my last pipe of the night.
Dessert pipe.
I always smoke a pipe before I go to bed. Helps me to relax. Come out here, smoke a pipe. No lights are on, just the outside lights are on. And most of the time the neighbors' dogs aren't barking. So it's relaxing. So let me see if I can get this lit up for you. And let you try my favorite tobacco.
That is your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Out of all those tobaccos, that's your favorite?
Absolutely. That's why you have a pound of it. I mean, I've got pounds of lots of stuff, but I buy it by the pound. I buy it by the pound because I enjoy it that much. I smoke at least one bowl of it a day. And I smoke about 4 bowls a day. There you go, Northwoods. My favorite tobacco.
Yeah, I get burn that as like incense.
Yep. No, that's going to taste way different.
It does. Almost like it better. Yeah, it's like a little bittery.
Mm-hmm. And it's really good, like with coffee. It's good with whiskey. It's good with strong tea. Good with beer.
I mean, beer goes with everything, Ken.
Yeah, good beer will go good with everything. I think most people probably would agree. So thank you guys for just hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you guys just hanging out, spending time with us. Hanging out on a Saturday night. Not a lot to do out here in the country except sit around smoking pot. Most people are in bed by 9 o'clock. They get up early. Right down the road from us, and I think you've seen that on your last visit, is where they trained American Pharoah and a bunch of Kentucky Derby winners. So we're in the middle of horse country.
I could definitely see how it'd become a hobby for sure.
Yeah, because there's so many tobaccos to try. And it's really cool when you've got friends that are in the hobby. Like I've got a buddy of mine who's local, Tim. He's one of my former employees. And with Tim, every time him and I get together, we exchange tobaccos because he's a pipe smoker. So I'll bring him some tobaccos he hasn't tried. He'll bring me some tobaccos. So you bring each other an ounce or so, something to try. And it's a good way to try new tobaccos. It's good when you have friends who are pipe smokers. I got another buddy, goes by the nickname of Cannibal. He's in Indiana. And Cannibal, I'm sending him off like 5 or 6 tobaccos on Monday. Some of this Peretti's, I bought a pound of it, so I'm going to send him off some of this to try. And I've got like 2 other Peretti blends that I'm going to send off for him to try. A blend called Midnight and
sounds like it'd be
Tashkent.
Sounds like it'd be really dark chocolatey and.
Which one?
The Midnight. Like,
no.
When you hear Midnight, you think of like all things dark.
No, well, it is dark, but it's like this. I mean, look at this. It's mostly blackened tobaccos. So you've got blackened Virginias. Yeah. You can, please, by all means, put it in your hand. Look at it. You're trying it, huh? Well, because you chew sometimes?
No.
No. He decided to try chewing for the first time live on YouTube, and you don't even know how you're going to react to this tobacco. So let's pray he doesn't pass out from tobacco poisoning. So what does it taste like?
It's like it smells. Like,
yeah.
I did venture in some Red Man back in the day,
Some Red Man plug?
Remember the Red Man in the bag? And
sure.
That's what pipe tobacco reminds me of. It's rough cut, it's aromatic, tastes like, so it's kind of neat how it just kind of with the aromatics and the smell all kind of come together.
And I'll show you when I go back inside. Is I have a plug tobacco that comes in a plug and you cut it.
Oh, really?
And then you rub it out. And it is called Spark Plug. So it's pretty interesting. Plugs were meant for sailors back in the day because everything was compressed and it could keep its moisture. And a lot of those guys would soak them in rum. and the rum would act as a preservative, plus it would add moisture to the tobacco.
That sounds delicious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like rum and like
Yeah,
vanilla.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
yeah. All the old sailors used to take those because rum was plentiful. On those ships, rums
Sure.
and what gruel or grog or.
I mean, if you're a pirate,
Yeah, well, I don't think just even the pirates. I mean, I think back in the day,
Yeah.
I mean, the guys, back in the British Army, and you can spit that down. As long as the dogs don't get it, if it goes down, only the chickens will, and they eat everything. Because the chickens are free ranging.
at night too,
At nighttime,
they go in their coops so they don't get
some go in the coop, some go underneath the house.
eaten. Well, enjoy that.
Even though we've got a neighbor who lets his dogs out and who's ate many of my chickens.
Really?
Yeah, I found my rooster dead over by our fire pit.
Yeah, you don't like roosters anyway.
We like having a rooster.
They don't lay eggs.
No, but they make hens who lay eggs who have chicks.
And chicks are good for more eggs.
And chicks are good for more eggs.
I get it. Well, Ken, I really thank you for the experience.
Well, hopefully it's something that maybe in the future you might say, hey, I might try this again. And if you do, especially if you come down here, you know the guy with the pipes. But it's my pleasure because it's one of the things that I enjoy doing with everyone in your family is enjoying experiences with you guys. Experiences to me, having experiences with you guys is so much more important than any gifts that any of us can get each other.
I think experience in general are way more to go, but yeah, this is a good time. It's like I'm glad I stopped by.
Yeah, I'm glad you stopped by too.
I'm glad I'm sleeping in the driveway.
Yeah, and he does not have to sleep in the driveway. We're not kicking him out of the house. He wants to sleep in his truck, which makes no sense to me. We've got a spare bedroom.
It's comfortable to me.
But I guess it's a
Nice
beautiful.
outside.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out. It would be like camping. Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're going to call it quits here soon. We're approaching the 1 hour mark. I want to thank all of you who have joined us tonight and those who view this later on. Anytime we go live, feel free to join us. I don't think we're going to talk about anything in particular when we go live, just whatever on the top of my mind. A lot of it's just rambling, hoping you guys are doing the same thing, just kind of kicking back on a Saturday night. I think I'm going to do this as a weekly thing, Saturday nights live with Southern Santa Piper. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy rambling. I enjoy pipe smoking. So thank you guys again. If you like what you're seeing, hit that like. Hit that little notification up in the corner, that little bell if you want to be notified every time a video comes out. And make sure you share it with friends and family and other pipe smokers if this is what you like. And again, thank you so much for joining me here in Southern Santa Piper. This has been Kenny and my son-in-law Jamie. And again, thank you guys so much and have a really blessed evening.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget. Take care now. Bye-bye.